What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, please like, subscribe, comments.
That's right.
Share it. Share it. Share it. Share it is caring. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. You know, and I think we gained about 250 something subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. And we're gonna try to put out some serious content for you, man. All right. So the title of this
LA Lakers.
Yes, right. Title of this video today: the LA Lakers. The LA Lakers are in some serious trouble. Serious trouble. And Anthony Davis is actually hurt, and it's an Achilles injury. I don't know how.
It's Achilles strain.
Yeah, Achilles strain. This could linger on for the rest of the season. And Barrick, take us off, man, because I actually want to pull up this roster real quick while you talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. Now, listen, my biggest problem right now, I'm not even going to come at you guys with numbers, man. Don't come with numbers because numbers really are what they are. We'll get to that in a moment. But I want to get to the point of the Los Angeles Lakers is this. You want to know what the biggest problem with the Lakers are. You can talk there and say Anthony Davis is not playing, Schroeder's not playing, but the bottom line is, it's to a point where defense is not there. Their defense is lacking. I mean, they're not getting back. They're not getting in front of people. People are driving by. They're not putting a body on somebody when the ball goes up to the boards. Yeah, they're just not doing it. I mean, defense is so important in basketball. I understand you got ready to check the hand check thing, and it's going to get difficult at times, but at the end of the day, they can't defend properly. And now the defense is a good offense, my brother.
Well, I mean, they were raving about the Lakers defense in a sense, though. They say this team is really deep. And I will dispel that notion right now. We're gonna look at this roster. Hold on, let me get back to it here.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, they're missing Schroeder. I mean, Schroeder right now is where it is. They're missing Schroeder.
Yo, if that's your savior right there, man, the Lakers are even in more of a shit fire than I actually think. Because let's look at the roster over here, man. I mean, these guys. Are these guys even starters on a really, really good team? I mean, you have two high-level productive players right here, Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And LeBron James is actually the only really true high-percentage one-on-one player, that can actually elevate other players, man. I mean, these other guys over here, man. I mean, and you got Dennis Schroeder, but he only had 2 assists last night in the win over the Portland Trail Blazers. So LeBron James is the only guy who's really capable of creating for other players. And Anthony Davis is 20 to 25% of the time he's hurt. And I have to actually, I hear the dog right there, man. He misses you, man.
Sometimes with dogs, they not cage anyway.
I see why we have a schedule for these, man. All right, I lost my train of thought. All right,
your train of thought right now is we're relying on Schroeder and guys like that. But listen, this team is deep. They're not built for this. Okay, if this guy goes down, this guy's going to take over. The only person you can look at is Kuzma, and Kuzma is along for the ride. Let me tell you something. At this point in time, Anthony Davis provides 22.5 points a game. He's not there. All right? The next guy
Kuzma is just a flat-out scorer. He doesn't make anybody else better. I mean, he can't make guys like Montrezl Harrell better. Because the whole idea is that you have to try to get Montrezl Harrell is a B player. You got to try to get him into an A player. Now, he's not going to be able to do that by himself, but you need somebody to actually direct him, get him into certain spots and things like that to where he can actually thrive the best. Kuzma doesn't actually do that, man. He just scores.
No, he doesn't. But you know what? Schroeder is the second top scorer outside of Anthony Davis. Schroeder is averaging over 14 points a game. All right.
Yeah, but
So
my thing about Dennis Schroeder is that he's up for contract. You know, he's looking for big money. So I don't know. Is he going to try to play within the offense? Is he going to try to do too much? Looking for this money.
He was doing too much last night. He was trying. There was a possession where he was looking around. LeBron was on the wing wide open. He was dribbling. He lost his dribble, and then he went for the shot and wound up missing the shot. You know, this is the guy that they're probably asking to do a little bit more than what he's accustomed to doing, because someone's going to have to step it up and make up for the 22.5 points I just mentioned Anthony Davis put together. They're 6-5 in their last 11 games without Anthony Davis. They're 23-11 now. They're in third place in the Western Conference playoff season. So
yeah,
right now,
Anthony Davis has this Achilles injury. Now he has to watch his cuts. Somebody like if you could play with this injury. I had this injury before, but you have to be crafty, man. It's not going to be off of explosiveness in a sense, though. So somebody like a Chris Paul, you know, who uses and has an excellent ball handler, can get by you without having to really truly explode. You know, he can actually play with an injury like this. But Anthony Davis, I don't know. And like I said, the man, I gotta look at the championship that the Lakers actually won. You know, is there asterisk next to this because they had 4 months off, arrested LeBron, a brittle Anthony Davis, and
first of all, that championship was not an asterisk. They earned that bad boy. All right, everybody.
But they go listen. They beat a young Miami team, except for like the exceptions of Jimmy Butler. They beat a young Miami team,
that's fine. That's fine. But Miami earned their right to be there by, you know, outlasting people. And
it was mainly a lot of coaching, you know.
All right, so they earned it, but they were no match for the Lakers. We all knew that. It was a matter of when the Lakers were going to win, not if. And they won it in 5. But here's the bottom line. Bottom line now is, can the Lakers hold it down long enough until AD can come back? I think they can. It's just not going to look pretty. It's going to be a little tough here and there, but I think they can do it. AD was playing with this problem for a few weeks before he re-injured it. So, you know, now they got to take a little bit more of a patient approach towards it, which is fine. That's what you're supposed to do.
What scares me with Anthony Davis is, you know, what makes LeBron special, what makes Kobe special, you know, is that, LeBron is worth $500 million. He can easily just coast and not have to put the high level of energy it takes to keep his body up to par. And I mean, he plays like the man's fighting for a contract, you know, each and every single night. Anthony Davis, like we've seen Darren Williams, remember? He played hard. He got his $98 million, and that's it. He took his foot off the gas. You know, so this is why we celebrate people like Kobe and Michael Jordan. I mean, they gave it to you regardless. You know, it was about legacy for them. Yeah, I don't really see that in Anthony Davis. I mean, he got this contract, and now is he going to put in? I mean, look, you're with LeBron James. You know, LeBron James never get hurt, and he has like way more miles on his body than Anthony Davis does.
Yeah,
so why aren't you following suit?
Anthony Davis is a different type of player, dude. He's got a different body type, a different style. This is a career guy that averaged 20.
Yeah, but LeBron is much more heavier. I mean, this game in a sense is really more built for Anthony Davis in a sense, body type wise. Now, back in the days when you had hand checking and things like that, players like LeBron James would actually thrive because you're not going to be able to really hand check LeBron in a sense, though. You know, even though even though it was allowed, dude is too strong. You know, but yeah, this league definitely, man, it's not that much contact. Now I get it. The players today are much more athletic. They're much stronger. But you got to take a page out of LeBron's book in terms of conditioning and keeping your body right, Anthony Davis. Like, come on, man. You know?
Listen, man, you think you know exactly what's going on with Anthony Davis. You got another thing coming. The guy has been virtually dependable for the most part of his career. He's having issues this year.
He's always hurt. What are you talking about? Anthony Davis is always hurt. He's always having injuries.
He's been dependable for the most part, and I'm gonna tell you, like I said, for the most part.
But they had 4 months off though. That's what I'm saying. Then when it's the shutdown of the league, so when they reopen,
they say the same thing. Okay, then say the same thing over there about Kawhi Leonard and PG-13. They had even more time, and they
but they had limitations. They needed a point guard. You can't ask Kawhi Leonard to be a point. That's just not his
we're not talking about that. We're talking about conditioning. And that's why if you're going to say that about AD, then talk about the other guys who are allegedly in far better shape and have more time off, and they having issues too.
Okay? No, but that wasn't about being in shape. they needed somebody to orchestrate the offense though.
I get that.
The Clippers, though. That was a weakness. Like Ben Simmons, they're not going to go far because he can't shoot. You can get the best coach in the world. If Ben Simmons cannot shoot,
are we talking about what they're doing, or we're talking about conditioning? Are we talking about conditioning, or we're talking about the way they're playing? Because you mentioned AD has a conditioning problem. Everybody around the league has a conditioning problem right now. Look at your boy KD. He's not even available. He has a conditioning problem. Right?
Well, he hasn't played at 8. He's come off a catastrophic injury. That's totally different. That hamstring is actually expected, because that's a conditioning issue too. He hasn't played.
Okay, but we're talking about the time people had off, right? Because these are your words, and I'm making a point that even if he had time off, you can't put all this onus on AD like his other players, superstars on the NBA.
Yeah, man. What do you mean I can't put this onus on AD, man? He's getting paid. How much is getting paid? Like $160-something million, man?
Now you're going to pull money at your backside now?
I'm picking his pockets now, man. Yeah, that's right.
Man. Ken, you don't got the right to pick his pockets, bro.
Yeah, man. We pay you this money because you're supposed to deliver, man. We ain't paying you this money.
24-10 player. This is a career 24-10 player. 24 points, 10 balls.
He's having a bad. Because of the injuries, his numbers are really bad now. I think it's 23 or 22 points a game now.
22 and a half points, bro. Yeah. Just below his average. I mean, come on. Just below his career average. Come on.
But it's about impact, man. Bradley Beals is the top scorer in the league, I mean, look where they are right now. So it's really more about impact. And we'll see with Anthony Davis.
You saying AD got no impact on the Lakers, man?
No, take LeBron off of this team with the healthy Anthony Davis, no Achilles injury.
You got the wrong idea about impact.
Do they actually get past the first round?
You got the wrong idea with impact. He is on the Lakers because LeBron endorsed him. You know why he endorsed him? Because this guy can help him. You know how he helped him?
I think probably he's the only one that wanted to play with him. I mean, there's a lot of players that didn't want to play with LeBron. Kyrie didn't want to play with LeBron. There's a lot of players that didn't. Kawhi didn't want to play with LeBron. So, I mean, he had really no choice but to try to get Anthony Davis.
That's what you think it is? Okay.
Well, yeah, a lot of players. Paul George didn't want to play with LeBron. There's a lot of players that don't want to play with LeBron James.
He wanted to get over there. He wanted to be in LA. All right.
Yeah, actually, Joe Johnson was one of my favorite players. And when he got bought out from Brooklyn, I'm like, all right, Cleveland was trying to get him to play with LeBron, and he chose Dwayne Wade over LeBron. I was pissed. I'm like, come on, man. Like, Joe, man. You made money in your career, bro. Like, let's get this strip now.
Look, you got a hard on towards AD anyway, man. I just found just come on and be very clear about yourself, bro. You got a major negative hard on towards AD, man. You don't believe in this man's skill.
The media sweats this dude, man. And I listen. If I'm starting a team, a first team, a second team, and a third team, just for fives, not no benches. But let's say, that would be considered the bench. First, second, third team. I mean, there's like 20 players I would take over Anthony Davis.
That's your opinion. That is your opinion.
Yeah, no, it's my opinion. I agree. But
yeah, so
yeah, there's like 15 to 20 players I would take over Anthony Davis.
This is a 7-footer, man, that can put the ball on the floor, shoot the rock, get back.
I hear you, man. I definitely.
What is the problem? What is the problem with him?
He's hurt. I don't think he's fully committed. I think he got his money. And Anthony Davis.
Where you getting this from? He's not committed. Where you getting this from? Where you saying that? Where you getting that from?
You got your money, and now you taking your foot off the gas now.
Not everybody's Darren Williams, man. So stop it.
A lot of players. What? You know how many players I seen like that?
I said not everybody.
Listen, guys, audience, I'm a Nets fan. So I seen Kenyon Martin get paid $98 million.
He's only good for alley-oop.
Gone. Wasn't the same player. I see Mikey Moore. He gets traded from I think Sacramento. Plays very well. Gets a contract and then disappears. Travis Outlaw gets a $35 million contract. That's it. Not the same player. So I seen this book a lot. I read this book a lot. Barry.
All these players you mentioned is not in the same skill set.
I know that. No, I'm just saying though. But don't say that it's only just it's a once in a while thing. This happens a lot, man. It happens a lot.
I didn't say it's once in a while. You misquote me, man. I said the fact that not everybody's Darren Williams. That's what I said.
No, I hear you. But there's a lot of players that's like Darren Williams, and we'll see with Mr. Dennis Schroeder. He's playing really good now. But let's see what happens when he gets his money. Is he gonna still put the work in? Being that he actually got his money, and it happens a lot, man. You know it, Barrett. You've been following this game for a long time, man.
Listen, the bottom line is they're hanging and doing the best they can without a player that provides them darn near 23 points a game, and they're doing all right, But when he gets back. And he can come back healthy. If he can, this Lakers team will be decent and formidable to go after the NBA championship. I'm not saying they're going to get it.
I mean, I'm just, like I said, I'm looking at this roster here, man. Alex Caruso, Jared Dudley, he doesn't even play. These are C guys, man. Can you rely on? Put yourself as an opposing coach. Can you really rely on these guys? Are you worried about these guys? Are you worried about Alex Caruso? Montrezl Harrell, he's not. What does he do well? He runs the floor for a big. I give you that, but
averaging 13 points.
Yeah. Look at his.
He's averaging 13 points. So, he must be doing something decent.
All right, so 12.8 points a game, 1.3 assists.
13.8, bro. 13.8.
Yeah.
So listen, the bottom line is. When you look at these players, you got 12-8, that's a misprint. It's 13-8.
You can see it on the screen, yeah?
Yeah, but I've already looked it up. Okay. I already looked up his career play. This is you're on the LA page.
Yeah, I'm on the NBA, the actual NBA page.
Okay, so maybe it went down a minute. It went down a point every last night.
Yeah, this was his career. No, this is actually his career numbers, 12.8. Points a game. Not
so then that's his career points. He's basically doing just better than his career average.
Well, he's playing with LeBron, of course. LeBron's he's an excellent point guard.
And that answers your question. You said, what can these other guys do? LeBron is able to facilitate the basketball and get to the open man.
You're asking a lot for a person in his 18th year, man. He has a lot of miles on the tank, man. They have to make a trade. The Lakers have to make a trade. They have to get another. They have to get a shooter. They need somebody that can actually listen. Most of the offense. Listen, the Brooklyn Nets. They got 3 players they can actually run their offense through. But the Lakers is
if they can stay healthy.
Yeah, if they can stay healthy, that's the main thing. Kyrie returning again.
I told you about that before the season started.
It's LeBron James. Anthony Davis is not a playmaker. Even like Dennis Schroeder, I love him, love his game. Not a playmaker. He averages 3 assists a game. LeBron averages like almost 8 or 9. He knows how to release the basketball. I don't know.
But you prove him my point again. I said his ability to spread the floor and get the open man open there and find the basketball to the open man, high percentage play, he's been able to do that.
Yeah.
And the Lakers have been able to hold up.
The Lakers need somebody else out there that can actually do that. The Brooklyn Nets
but who are you going to get? You're talking
the
about
Clippers have 2.
Cap?
Huh? I don't know. We gotta look at that. We gotta explore that. We'll get into the ESPN trade machine and see who the Lakers can actually get. They need help. They really, really do. They lost 4 out of the last 5. If it wasn't for Dennis Schroeder, I think they'll probably even lose. I should have watched that game, man. How you lose to the Lakers, Portland? What's up with that, man? But McCollum is out too, though. Yeah, so I can understand that. Yeah. CJ McCollum is out, so all they gotta do is trap Lillard and have somebody else.
This is a league right now where everybody's having a hard time staying on the floor.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And I mean, you know, you can sit there and criticize AD all you want. He's just part of what everything is going on. And we covered that before on our previous show, that when I spoke about your major players, your marketable players are not even there because they're either injured or they're out due to COVID. Now you see what I'm saying. So this is, at the end of the day, Lakers are suffering because they're missing their big two. Brooklyn's got a big three. They have a big two. And they won a championship last year with their big two. Now they went and got some other players to support LeBron and AD, and they're trying to go on. They didn't see the AD getting hurt, but he got hurt. So now you got to deal with it now.
But yeah, come on, Barrick. He's always hurt. I could have told you he was going to get hurt this year, man. You know what I'm saying? I could have told you that.
Yeah, but they did a good job, man. They did a good job putting together a team.
But, all right, you haven't answered my question. If you take LeBron off of this team, and with the healthy AD, do they even sniff the playoffs?
Do they sniff the playoffs? I don't know, brother. I don't know if they sniff the playoffs or not. All right, you're talking about a possibility thereof. Man, LeBron got hurt, and it was just AD and the rest of these guys. What would happen with this team? I mean, you're talking about what from the beginning.
They wouldn't even make the playoffs, man.
Okay. So are you? So let me jump on your question. Are you talking about from the very beginning of the season throughout the season? Are you talking about?
Forget about the COVID. A full 82 game schedule. And a healthy Anthony Davis, no limitations on like, especially with like lower extremity injuries. Those are tough. Does this team with this roster, because everybody keeps telling me that this roster is actually really deep, you know, does without LeBron James, do the Lakers actually make the playoffs with Anthony Davis?
I think they make the AC. I do.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right, we're going to wrap this up over here. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe.
That's
right. Definitely share it. Sharing is absolute caring. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. If not, Barrett will give you $100.
Yeah, you'll be waiting on that one.
The money bags right there, man. All
right, guys. Peace.
All right, peace.